Hello, we are back with chapter 3 of Himatsubushi. Last episode was just finishing up the chapter plus reading some hints. Some were interesting. We got Tiny Mion, which was pretty great. I thought she was pretty adorable, so still haven't seen Satoto or Rena. Again, I don't know. I'm guessing Rena's not here? Wait, sorry. Literally a train just passed by as soon as I clicked start recording. But I know Rena came from Hinamizawa, then moved, then came back. But I think she wasn't here, right? I don't know. If he's here, then that's great too. And Satoko. But I mean, I don't expect to see them, I guess. Because, I mean, again, Rika's the cover person, so I did want more of her. And considering the time period, Mion's the most notable for what we know in this time period. And, I mean, I guess another thing just coming into light, looking at her sprite, she looks... I mean, I knew her age, right? She's what, 9, 10 years old. But I guess that really is a tiny kid. It's kind of hard to believe that she was a participant in the raids. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure we might get into that sort of stuff. But she just seems so tiny. It's like not very threatening at all. The phone suddenly rang. I woke up in a hurry. The clock reads 9 p.m.
しまった。定時連絡の時間を。
Oh, we still have to meet our informant. It's probably this chapter, I believe. I picked up the receiver.
赤坂様、外線からお電話が入っておりますが、おつなぎしてもよろしいでしょうか。ご同僚の加納様と申されております。
Is that our boss? I knew it. I didn't call in, so they headphoned me.
すみません。つないでください。
Oh, I see.
かしこまりました。おつなぎしますので、一度受話器を置いてお待ちください。
After I had put down the receiver for a few seconds, the phone began to ring again.
はい、もしもし。赤坂です。
赤坂くん、加納です。お疲れ様。定時連絡がなかったので、こちらからかけました。そちらの状況はどう？
Leaving the lecture for later, my senior coworker got straight to the point.
今日はひなみざ村へ実島に行きました。
Sorry, is it still the day? The clock read 9 p.m. Okay, so we just got in. Wait, no. You were sleeping. Alright, sorry, I'm pretty tired, but when I start reading, I'll eventually wake up.
観光客を装うことで村長以下の何人かの死守同盟の要人との接触に成功。何も聞き出すには至りませんでしたが、好印象を得て明日以降へのつなぎを作ることができました。
そう、なかなか手際がいいね。赤坂くんのどこか初々しい感じがむしろ武器になったのかもしれないね。まずは上守備ってところかな。
比較するほど経験がないので上守備かは分かりませんが、とりあえず今日のところは順調だと思います。
県警での情報や地元警察の公安での情報と照らしてどう？鬼ヶ淵死守同盟は白っぽい？
I still didn't know. I should have been able to say that immediately. I only had to say that, but for some reason, I hesitated.
まだ調査中ですので、なんとも。
Is that hesitation because he doesn't want to put suspicion on them, I think?
なるべく早めにね。
I'm guessing.
分かってると思うけど、今夜が終われば誘拐から丸4日が経過する。いつが時間切れという明白な区切りはないけど、時間の経過は確実に我々の状況を不利にしていく。 それは分かってるよね。
ええ、分かっています。
Yeah, we gotta pick it up. Who knows what's gonna happen to
迅
the
速に。だけれど
grandson.
細心の注意で調査を続けます。
うん。くれぐれも気をつけてね。相手は暴力主義団体なんだから。油断すれば危険もあり得るからね。危険が迫ったらすぐに連絡を。その場合は地元公安に応援体制を入れられるようにするからね。
ありがとうございます。頑張ります。
他に赤坂君の方から連絡はある？
I reported several bits of supplementary information, and at the very end, I decided to ask.
そちらの調査の進展はどうですか？
うん。こっちもみんな頑張ってるけど、なかなかはかどらないよ。何しろ調べる団体が星の数だからね。だから君の方の団体も白だと分かったらすぐに帰郷して他の職員の応援に入ってもらいたいんだよ。室長は鬼ヶ淵も洗っとけって言ってるけど、俺は鬼ヶ淵なんかの反ダム住民団体なんかは今回の件、職員一人を一団体調べさせるためだけに出張させるのはすごく痛いよ。
I mean, it made sense from his perspective, but obviously we know they're a lot dangerous. And I'm sure Atasatra at least has a feeling. Well, he has a feeling that he doesn't want to investigate them because he doesn't want to ruin their village. But he also has a feeling that they're probably pretty dangerous, right? At this point, he was just complaining. He was telling me to stop taking time and
な
during
る
my
べく早めに
trip.
蹴りをつけるようにします。
I was holding down the enter key. During the trip to finish up and get back quick.
うん、よろしくね。
I
じゃ
am
あ他に
sorry.
何もなければ切るよ。
はい。特にありません。
As we were ending our call, he scolded me thoroughly for being late with my regular report. After that, I hung up the phone and sprawled out on the bed. Come to think of it, I hadn't heard anything from Oishi. Yeah, where's my... Oh, it's tonight. Okay, so it's supposed to happen. That would be interesting. He was supposed to contact me about a time and place to meet with the informant tonight. I thought about getting angry with Oishi in retaliation for being scolded for forgetting my daily report. I mean, good luck scolding Oishi. Come to think of it though, Oishi didn't really say anything other than he was going to call tonight. Waiting for a phone call when you didn't know what time it was going to come was was in itself rather difficult. Speak of the devil. Just when I thought that, the phone rang and I picked up the receiver in a hurry.
もしもし。
これはびっくりしました。赤坂さん、あなた受話器取るの早いですね。
Got the smooth music on.
警官辞めても大企業の営業で十分飯が食えますよ。
まだ警官辞めた後のことなんか考えたこともありません。
そこまで過剰に反応されると面白いな。しかしいけないな。因果な商売ですし、今から考えても遅くないですよ。
遠慮いたしますので、本題に入ってください、大石さん。
Come on, Oishi. Akasaka's a faithful husband.
それは残念です。じゃあ老後の話は次の機会にでも。
I like this music though. It really fits. It does feel... I mean, I don't know. Never mind. Many of the executives in the Onidafuchi Defense Alliance had a lot of sway in the neighboring regions. So they are a powerful group, but they're not like all over Japan. Which is probably, yeah, makes sense. Because there's just one family. It would be kind of insane if this family had sway over like Japan itself. But it's basically in charge of the country area, wherever they are, right? Not all the country. That's why meeting in the Shishibone Market District far from Otonomiya was a matter of course.
赤坂さん、こっちこっち。ちょっと迷いましたか。北口からの方が遠回りだけど、道は分かりやすかったかもしれませんね。
いえ、遅れて申し訳ありませんでした。
夕飯はもう食べちゃいました。
ええ、済ませてあります。
じゃあ、お酒の飲めるお店に行きましょうか。洋酒派、日本酒派。
Sorry, I was thinking about that. Probably Western alcohol for me, but I do like sake. Though I haven't drinking it in like, I don't even know. I must have drinking it in Japan, so it hasn't been that long. But I usually don't buy hard liquor, so you don't really order sake like anywhere, any restaurant really.
お構いなく。
It's not Japanese.
勤務中は飲みませんので。
Straight-laced man, just perfect. Hearing that, the man that Oishi had brought along bent backwards as he guffawed, clapping Oishi on the shoulder.
Is
this the informant? So if it's a man, it's not Takuna.
初々しい人でしょ。その分ちょっぴりサービスしてあげてくださいよ。あのお金は全部彼のお財布から出てるんですからね。
Alright, so it's not Takuna. Is it Tomotaki? The man that Oishi had brought seemed almost like a ticket stopper or a bookie. Even his appearance was dubious. The informant grinned deviously. Okay, so it's no one we know. Interesting. Okay, I thought it was gonna be if it was someone we knew, then that would definitely give us some more to think about. But right now, I don't think we know anyone named Sato. Unless it's like a minor character I'm not remembering, like if it's like somebody's parent or something. But alright, Sato, let's see what you have. Even though we don't know you, you might have some juicy information.
お前旦那にいくら渡した？だいぶ途中でつまみ食いされてんぞ。
大石氏への仲介手数料も含めていますから、それも含んだ上です。
It seemed that the informant had expected a more extravagant reaction on my part. When I responded matter-of-factly, he realized I was an entirely different type of person than he was. But rather than putting distance between us, it seemed that I had piqued his interest. No spite, though.
真面目な人なんです。でもね、赤坂さん。私たちのような職種の人間は豊富な社会経験がとても武器になるんですよ。
女の子がいてお酒が飲めるお店での経験がどう武器になるか疑問です。
I mean, making connections, though I don't think it would help too much in this area, but it's always good to know people in different places if you are a sort of investigative job, I'd imagine. The informant, unable to contain himself, clutched at his stomach as he guffawed, heedless of the people watching. Oh, Lottie.
赤坂さんはいちいち察しがいいな。よっ、さすが高学歴。
大石さん、あなたどこかで飲んできましたね。酔っ払ってます。
オフタイムに飲んで何が悪いんですか？あなたは勤務中でも私はオフ。
We're having our fun banter right now. I know this conversation's probably gonna get a bit more serious though. It's how it usually goes. Though, I don't know. Uishi seems really, really not, I don't get that intimidation slash sly slash sarcastic vibe right now, so it's nice. Oishi, who was the sort that fool around to begin with, was in such a good mood I couldn't figure out a way to deal with him. Completely different than me, who had come worried about getting every bit of information I could. Oishi-san, after taking so much money, you were supposed to get me information worth at least as much. I thought this, but then I realized that I was getting my information from the informant, so it didn't matter how drunk Oishi was. It was nothing I could complain about, but I still felt slightly riled up. Oishi and the informant, it was no doubt a fake name, but he introduced himself as Sato. Well, I don't think we recognize Sato's voice. It's not Tomotaki or Irie, which are the quote-unquote most suspicious males that we know. It's obviously not Keiichi. It's not Keiichi's dad. So, those are the only voices I think I remember anyways. I skipped it. I was on a tangent. But he introduced himself as Sato, led the way deeper and deeper into the back streets of the market district. Even though the market was bustling, a couple turns off the main street and you were in a desolate alley. I love this song, by the way. It's still the same one, right? It is groovy. I'm vibing. She started climbing a set of stairs on the side of a seedy building. That's the second time they use the word seedy as a... I'm just trying to Google it because I don't know how they're using it. Seedy. Unwell. Dated. There you go. I just usually don't hear that word to describe something. Like ever. So it means dated. Alright. Into the knowledge book, which I always forget anyways, but this one shouldn't be too hard. There wasn't any sort of signage, so I couldn't tell if the place was open or it was even a store at all.
安心してください。怪しい店じゃありませんよ。
Those words coming from Oishi's mouth had absolutely no credibility. Agreed. What is this? Oh, we've seen this. Right? I think they might have played Mahjong here from Watch Nagashi, but I'm not sure. Or Honor Takushi. Beyond the door was thankfully a typical Mahjong parlor. I was relieved that it wasn't some sort of suspicious place I had to be on my guard about.
はい、いらっしゃい。あら、大石さん、お久しぶり。こっち入ります？
What are these? Sorry, I was looking at the pictures up here. Some interesting people. Look at his little hair thing. Nobody we recognize. Not that I was inspecting it, but interesting pictures. It gives me the vibe of like some Yakuza place, but to be fair, I don't know what a Mahjong parlor is. I mean, there's a safe on the table. I don't know.
すぐ開きますよ。
Probably not. I mean,
いいね。
who knows?
今日はセットですからいいです。お、待たせましたね。
Mahjong is a game played with 4 people. Okay, one more person coming in. Seems that a middle-aged man who was going to be our 4th had already arrived and was waiting for us. Okay, we don't know that voice. Or maybe, but it just sounds like an old guy to me. Oishi made an excuse for why we had taken so long. Eventually realizing that I was a new face, the other man grew interested.
彼は赤坂さん。東京からはるばる出張されてきた将来有望な新人さんです。坊主、お前麻雀はできんのか？
I personally cannot play Mahjong. I remember watching an old anime about it a long time ago, but they were just cheating. I just remember them doing some high level cheats in Mahjong. I have played the Mahjong solitaire. It's like there's a bunch stacked up and you have to pair them up. I think it's like a default Windows game for like 7 or 8. I remember that, but I never played the real Mahjong.
まあ学生時代にそこそこに。
Sato and the old man cackled in unison. Their plot to sucker me out of my money was painfully obvious.
緊張続きの出張で疲れておいでだろうと思いましてね。一つ今夜は心の選択でもして差し上げましょうかと思いまして。
今さら野暮なことを聞きますが、私たち警察官ですよね。
Is Sato? I think the old man is, but is Sato police?
まあそれはいい子なしで。なーに、実際にはかけるわけじゃありませんよ。この後いいお店に遊びに行くときに誰が全員分を払うのか決めるだけですって。
遊びに行く？どんな店に遊びに行くんですか？
What do you think? Without reservations, the three of them started suggesting places like cabarets, high-class clubs, and even brothels. At the very least, there were type of places you couldn't go to with money that was just for funsies. I don't know the price for any of those, so
私のお金は
cannot
先日
comment.
大石さんに根こそぎ預けて支払いは不可能ですし、仕事の都合があるので長いはできないのですが。
じゃあ坊主が勝てばいいじゃねえかよ。
There you go.
おめえが勝ったらこの雀荘の支払いはなしで、クラウドに仕事の話でも何でもすればいい。
This is kind of like alternative club activities with with the club members, except for Akasaka facing a bunch of old people. Just think of it as I don't think they'll play it out like that, but that would be kind of a funny twist. Or yeah, I guess it would be a twist as you wouldn't expect it. No matter what happened, it seemed like they were intent on playing Mahjong for free. I mean, if it's for free, why not? I would have to fasten my resolve a bit. If I was going to be underestimated like this forever, it was going to get in the way of my work.
わかりました。
Let's see it.
では少しだけお付き合いします。私が勝ったらアフターの遊びは一切なしですぐに仕事の話に入ってもらいますからね。
Ooh.
いいですとも。
俺が勝ったらフラワーのブルーマーメイドに直行だからね。
Blue Mermaid.
おやっさんも好きだな。私はもちろん馴染みの店をはしごしまくりですよ。あっけみちゃん。佐藤さんはどうします？
私は静かに飲めるお店でいいですよ。
静かにバニーさんとでしょ。この間飲みに行った時、あんたバニーさんの尻尾を引っこ抜いちゃったでしょ。あれ結局弁償だったの？
マスターに法政代とか言われて一本ドンペリ開けられたな。
Very adventurous old people. This is some good banter though. I like it. What a lively table this was. You can say that again. I could tell the other customers were glaring at us while we loudly continued our crude conversation. Speaking of which, the fact that they assumed I was the same was a bit disheartening. Oishi had taken all the money I'd brought, so everything I had left was out of my own pocket. In addition, there wasn't much left of that either. If I kept on hanging around him like this through his goading, my wallet would disappear into the night. I had to somehow win and return the conversation to my job. But these people, no matter how you looked at it, were pretty good. Sorry, Yuki. We might not make it out. Yo, it's actually the club music. I called it. This is gonna be fun. Let's see it. Let's see it. I'm cheering for you, Akasaka. You have a lot ahead. A big wall to break, because I feel like Mahjong, which is basically a gambling type game, would be right up Oishi's alley.
そんじゃこれでリーチと
Riichi. I again don't know about Mahjong, but I actually watched a drama a couple months ago where they played a lot of Mahjong there too. And I remember people saying Riichi. Well, the old man and Sato-san probably won't fall for this silly Riichi. I wonder if Akasaka-kun will spit out what I need. Mufufufu.
クラウドのリーチなんざどうせこの辺だろこの辺なら通るだろそれ
Oh ho. The old man's pretty good. So we're in Oishi's point of view, I think. He's quietly trying to use one of my safe tiles to complete his hand, isn't he? It seems that Akasaka-kun has at least learned the ropes when it comes to guarding against someone's Riichi. But that will be his downfall.
どうした坊主サクッと切らねえかい
Or I think this is just a general voice commenting on the match. I think we've had this voice before too.
よくわからなかったらクラウドと同じもんを切ってりゃ安全だぞ
Not gonna lie, I missed this music. We've only had it like once in Totoro Goroshi, I think, for the lunchbot stuff, right? Oh, Akasaka-kun's really fretting over this one. It was glaring obvious that he had a safe tile to discard, but he didn't want to throw it away because it would move him farther from completing his hand. They're so nice when they're young and innocent. It just makes me feel creepy even reading that. Come on, hurry up and throw out the kicker. If he gave me a winning tile, we would be headed to an establishment where I could do all sorts of licking and sucking. Okay, I won't question it. If he gives me the old man's winning tile, we'd be headed straight to the place with the maids in bloomers.
これは通りますか
He looked up as he hesitantly threw out a towel that was... Oh, too bad.
おいおい危ねえパイだぞクラウド通るのか
いい通りますよ
Where's the... I feel like, is this part of his master plan? Is Akasaka actually a hidden genius in Mahjong? Save us from the licking and sucking. I don't want to read that. Seems that this time you were lucky. But as long as the round kept going, I could still win off the draw. Nfoo-foo-foo. But after that, Akasaka-kun managed to luckily avoid throwing any bad tiles, and somehow the round managed to end without anybody completing a hand.
テンパイ
天敗
同点
Sato-san had keenly anticipated that two players were in Riichi and had decided to play it safe. What a cool-headed way of playing. Now let's see what kind of hand did Akasaka-kun have. When the round ends with nobody winning in Mahjong, anybody in Tenpai has to show their hand. But if you're not in Tenpai, you have no obligation to reveal it. Your average beginner would normally show their hand even if they weren't in Tenpai, and start a commotion about how if this tile or that tile came, they would have been in Tenpai. But he didn't. Yo, it's his latent talent. I mean, he's not a investigator for nothing. Being stingy.
どうだって坊主ちょっと見せてみ
Sato-san reached over to flip the hand that Atasato-kun had casually placed face down.
なんじゃこりゃ
He was nowhere near Tenpai. Was Atasato-kun totally bad at this time after all? Mufufu? Right then, the old man compared the tiles from Atasato-kun's hand to the discard pool. A puzzled expression crossed his face.
坊主おめえこの辺りで張っとるだろどうして切った
So nobody else wins?
マンズの高いあたりが急に高騰しましたので抑えました。
Hey.
大石さんのリーチに対して安全性が高まったのにです。筋でさばけば無難なのにわざわざ抑えた方がいる。
Again, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm getting that Atasato is a pretty smart player despite being a pretty new one.
おうクラウドのテンパイなど鼻から論外っていうわけか
相当高度な引っ掛けでなければ私の宝珠を期待したぬるめの手かと思って。それよりもダマで張ったあなたの方がとりあえずは問題でした。
いつテンパイしたのに気づいた
この辺りですか。ノンタイムで4連続で切ってますよね。初めは食い替えかと思いましたが私をチラチラ見ていたので期待しているんだと気づきました。
Atasato-kun, you.
赤坂さんあんた麻雀始めてどのくらい
高校から大学くらいまでの間しかやっていませんよ。さあ続けましょう。佐藤さんはテンパイしなかったから流れて
Use an ad
次
spread.
は私ですね。
Oh no. Looks like you're not going to any clubs tonight,
お
boys.
や
Seems like Atasato-kun is really aware of how the game flows. We thought we were just going to eat him alive, but it looks like that isn't going to be so easy. Let's go.
大
Yo!
石さん想図が濃すいですね。
It's a shot of Atasato. Yo, he's cool. I actually, I really like the look of dark hair and red eyes. That's always been a favorite look for anime characters for me, though I prefer, like, black hair and red eyes, but you're looking sharp, Akasato, I gotta admit. And look at that sort of smug face, this bright effect. I like it. Hey, I haven't actually I've done one thumbnail for this arc. I will actually tape the 30 seconds it needs to make my thumbnail and actually put this on here, I promise. This is kind of badass. Looks like you're going for the bamboo
回しまし
tiles.
た。
この坊主クラウド降りるな
あと3ついい牌が来ればな佐藤さんはうまくいきそうです
They're all working together.
くそ食いたんで引きずり下ろすかチーだ
チーですか。じゃあすみません。それポンです。
Whoa now, going to call 3 of a kind after he declared us straight? Trying to override and interfere?
坊主おめえ離れしとるな
まさか私が生まれる前から打ってるような方々とは比べようもないですよ。
That's such a low-key diss. I love it. What is this side of Atasato? I wouldn't be surprised if they went to a club anyways. Probably won't happen, but yo, he just ended it with the mic drop.
トイトイ赤とガラさん親ですからね。ちょっぴ
I
り高い
hear
です
the
よ。
missiles in the background.
くわ
赤坂さんやるな俺は我々も本気を出さないと
It was just a round, okay, yeah. They bet with those little sticks, right? They have like little sticks they bet.
ね
本気のついでに展望も出してもらいます。
He's so sassy. Yo, what is this?
私は眠いんで
What is?
手っ取り早く終わらせます。
I did not expect this. Not last session. was it? No, 2 sessions ago we get this super wholesome stuff, and this one we get this club time epic Mahjong battle. Atasata-kun, this is somehow unreal. Before I could realize it, there's an ominous cold air emitting from beneath Atasata-kun's feet. It's lightning. Which one do we use? The red effect or the lightning? They both look really cheesy and taped on, which makes sense because this isn't a complete thing, right? Or a rush, or a bonus thing, but still. You know, get your shots, Atasatra. I didn't actually expect us to see him. But I guess we've seen Keiichi before in CGs. I think in Onakakushi too, so I don't know. It's nice to see you, buddy. If I knew Mahjong, I would probably be more impressed, but I'm just flowing with this vibe right now. It's enjoyable. It's all up to Oishi.
悔しいですが、どうやらそうした方が賢明なようですね。出た！ローだ！太陽ドライチ！
すみませんね。頭っぱなです。ロー、インフ。
頭っぱねだ？小僧のくせに。
小僧。小僧が相手だと。
Yo, what is the side of Atasata? It's like, it's almost kind of like Keiichi when he gets super competitive. Oh my god. Has this guy not been drinking? What is happening right now? This is...
Akasaka-kun?
Yeah, what is happening?
Akasaka-kun ですよね。
Is this his spooky form?
なんでか、ムードが変わりまくりなん
I
です。
mean, I guess everyone has it. Why not Atasaka?
私をかもって今晩はいいお酒を飲むおつもりだったんでしょうが。
You were challenging his pride, and now he's going 100%.
どうやら皆さんの当ては外れそうですよ。
It's unfortunate. Run!
3色赤1ドラ1。
Dora Dora!
張ってやがったか!
Is that a big hand?
だからあんた、ぬるいよ。いくらダマだからって、こんなにぬるい三面なんだから。読んでくれなくっちゃ。
Atasaka-kun chuckled as he rested his chin in his hands. That pose was so fitting, it was almost scary.
おい、クラウド。
They're taking a bathroom meeting.
話が違えぞ。初々しいカモがネギ背負ってきたって言ったのは誰だ？
いや。
He's showing his hidden potential. It's coming out full blast.
誰でしょうね。おいさ。
They're actually all in the washroom.
このままじゃ負けるよマジで。
Atasaka-kun, for you to make me get serious, looks like you really want to be milked dry. Interesting words today, Oishi. I don't know.
ポン。気前がいいですね。もう一回ポンです。
Pun, pun, pun. Atasaka-kun was almost singing at this point. The tiles he had were all pin tiles. You can't be serious. Are you really going for the flush?
ポン。
坊主。正気か？4つも晒したら、おめえパイが1つだけじゃねえかよ。
He's actually the god of Mahjong. I mean, that's a good thing. Who else could we rely on to stop Oyashiro-sama? We just need Atasaka to challenge Oyashiro to a Mahjong duel. Then Hinamizawa will be saved.
そうですね。知ってます？短期待ちって一番読まれにくいらしいですよ。
バカかってめえ。そこまで染めて晒しといて今更出ると思うんじゃねえ。
読めてますよ、若坂さん。それ均一でも本一でもないんでしょ
Ooh.
う。4つポンした時点でトイトイは成立してますからね。
Oishi's powering up.
あんた今絶好の単独トップ。こいつは均一と見せかけてトイトイで食おうという挑発手でしょう。
そう思うならビンズ切ってみます？
It's a double whammy. Sorry, I dropped something. Who knows what to I mean, now it's a 50-50. Throw a triplet or throw a pin. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing they're matching stuff. Pins, like Mahjong have symbols instead of numbers, right? So pins is sort of tile. And triplets, I'm guessing you need three pairs? Maybe?
大石さんの牌の左5つ、さっきから切り損ねてるピンズですよね。
Ooh.
それを端から順に切ってみたらいいんじゃないですか？
You must be joking. Is he a Mahjong dog? I think he is. If not, he had to be the main character of a manga or something. I wonder. It's kind of cool because in all the club activities I think we've only seen it from Keiichi's side, but actually seeing it from another character's perspective is pretty cool. Obviously they couldn't show it because everything had to be from Keiichi, or you shouldn't really change narrators in a mystery like this, but this is fun. At that moment, the old man sent me a sign under the table. The message was simple and clear.
クラウドやれ、叩き潰せ。
Crush him.
こんな若い子に様は好きじゃないんで
It's
す
the
ね。
cheats.
あう、ここまで舐められて今さら引けるか。
もう知りませんよ。ではどうぞ。
Dun, 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 dun.
行くぞ坊主。リーチだ。オー
Rishi.
プンで行くぞ。ピンズの一数値待ちだ。
Most likely, the tile that Atasaka-kun was waiting for was one of those tiles. With this, Atasaka-kun was no longer capable of winning the hand. But what if he's going for the triplets? When I drew from the wall, I switched out the tile that Atasaka-kun would draw. The tile I put in was the 1 pin, one of the tiles that the old man was waiting on. Atasaka-kun discarded it a little while ago, so there's no threat of it being the one he needed.
おい。
Don't tell me he predicted the cheats? I mean, it made sense if all of them take a washroom break at the same time. Maybe you can predict that, but it's kind of insane if it's a specific tile, too. I mean, now we have a clear sky. Get all the shots of Akasaka. Might be our only CG of him. Especially since I doubt we'll get other perspectives that's not him. I knew he was troubled that the tile he drew was the 1 pin. Of course, he couldn't discard it.
坊主、分かってると思うが、オープンリーチに振り込んだら100万払いだぜ。
言われるまでもありませんよ。
The tile that came from Akasaka-kun's hand was an honor tile. Ooh, ain't that something? There's only one Northwind tile left, isn't there? You were counting on a really rough wait, weren't you? But with this, Akasaka-kun's fate was decided.
カズ、命拾いしたな。だが、手配は1名だ。
They know it's the 1 pin tile, unless he cheated too and got a different tile.
逃
Or
げ切れ
will
なく
cheat.
なることもあるんじゃねえのか。
It
Yeah, but
went
so you
back
got-
to the original. After Sutherland glared at the old man with a discerning eye. This guy had pretty good instincts. Did he figure out we were cheating?
やめましょうよやっさん。赤坂君の方が2、3枚は上手です。
He's transcended. It's like Keiichi transcending into a killer. He transcended into the Mahjong god. You cannot stop him.
バル、ここまで来てやめられるか。次行け、捕ませちまえ。
The next tile Akasaka-kun would draw was the 7 pin. With that, it would be settled. No matter which one he discarded, he'd play right into the old man's hand. An unavoidable full payout. When I drew my tile, I sneakily swapped Akasaka's sands. Crash. What? Akasaka-kun suddenly sneezed, collapsing the wall of tiles in front of him.
おいおい、何やってんだ。
すみません。ついくしゃみをした拍子に
Oh,
山
and
を
he's
崩しちゃ
gonna
って
switch the positions?
バップ払いですね。親だから4000オールですか？
Is he saving himself from a complete blow up?
それともバップは積み棒に？
Unable to hold back, I guffawed. After Sata-kun, knowing he was going to be cornered a second time and unable to escape, he took the drastic measure of knocking over his own wall.
やるな、坊主。
We got the respect points.
100万払いをそういう手で防ぐとはな。
大石さんもそんな見え見えの積み込みは勘弁してください。
Well, at least we know that Atasata-kun's very, very sharp. Like, I get that he was straight-laced and he was pretty smart, but this was, like, kind of insane. Hopefully it's not just for Mahjong and he can do it with the Hinamizawa stuff.
これが馬場なら今ので卓をひっくり返してたところですよ。
いえいえいえいえいえいえ。すみませんすみません。あなたを侮っていましたよ。あなたどうしてお強いじゃないですか。
正直に話さんかい。若い頃はだいぶ慣らしたんだろ。
早稲田高田の馬場あたりでだいぶ遊ばせてもらいました。ちょっと勝ちまくりすぎて。
Okay.
馴染みの店に出禁を食らいました。
So he was bluffing about not. I mean, he said he just played in high school university. He didn't say how much, but sorry, but I mean, they usually work a
今
lot,
の家内
right?
にだいぶ怒られて足を洗ったんです。
勝ちまくりすぎて。あんた当時はどのくらいの勝率でやってたの？
メンツにもよりましたが、歌舞伎町あたりで打つときはほぼ負けなしでした。
Actually, a god.
特に相手があれ系の人の時は
Oh, what?
命かかってましたからね。
Oh no. 20 times? What kind of states were those? Did you have Yakuza at your table? Or pro baseball players?
なんだなんだ。クラウド。このタクは。お前どっからこんなプロ雀士みたいなの引っ張ってきたんだ。もうやめだやめ。ああもう坊主おめえの勝ちだ。降参降参。
ありがとうございます。光栄です。
な。いやいや。しかし赤坂さん、あんた打つと性格変わるね。
So does probably just Mahjong, unfortunately.
なんで就職なんかしたの？あんたならフリーで十分に飯食っていけるじゃない。
プロ雀士には腕と突きの両方が必要なんですよ。私には後者がありませんでしたから。
好きなんてその時の運不運だろ。あんたほどの腕があれば十分にいけると思うがな。
As soon as the hyped music went away, all the energy left me.
波の突きじゃダメなんですよ。
Oh no. I actually feel like
感
passing
したら
out.
3回に1回くらいはそのままカンドラが4つ
But
あっ
actually,
て
you're almost at
ここぞという時
50.
に狙ってリンシャンが引
You know what? Let's end it here. I feel like after this talk, we might have more talking about Mahjong, but we'll get into the information. So we'll save that for next time. A good 50-minute episode. I was kind of aiming for like a 35 one since I was tired from the beginning, but the Mahjong battle hyped me to the point of carrying on. So there you go, extra treatment for that. Anyways, see you next time. This was kind of great. Yeah.